little bit after 11:30 on Thursday. Took a mix of long and short trades today. Up 770 after commissions, 87% profitable. If you're not using the trade performance feature with NinjaTrader, I highly recommend checking it out. I've got a trade performance window constantly minimized below that I can pull up at any point during the day just to see how I'm doing. Then I also like to go back and just, see what I've done the previous week or the previous 2 weeks. Had a pretty good past week, almost $5,000 after the commissions. 84% profitable for the week. I definitely like to be above 80% just with the style I trade, mostly being a scalper. I can see I had a definite short bias the past week, taking mostly short trades. I can see my average winning trade is a little bit less than my average losing trade. That could be something I could work on, trying to even out. It's just with Apex and the trailing drawdown, I gotta take my profits when I can. I can't really keep moving my stop up behind candles and things like that. Just it messes with the trailing drawdown. 103 maximum consecutive winners, only 6 consecutive losers. My largest winning trade is still better than my largest losing trade, so that's good. It says I'm taking 97 trades per day on average, but this counts every single entry as a trade. So if I'm trading 3 or 4 micros, counts every single one of those as an individual trade. This is definitely a helpful tool. Highly recommend trying that out. And we've also got charts and graphs. You can see how much I made each day. I can see how much I made in the different time frames. Most of my money is made in the first hour of trading, and anytime I trade after 11 or so, I don't do as well. You can see my worst trading is in the afternoon, so I try not to ever do it, but I always leave it up just for the current day, just so I can check in throughout the day, see how I'm doing. I'll give you a little breakdown of what I saw today and some trades I took. On the 60-minute chart, we had this big retracement yesterday. I was kind of wondering if we're going to pull back somewhere into this huge candle here, maybe to the halfway line or something. On the 15-minute chart, you see here's our 8:30 news. We had a nice push up, but a quick retracement, so kind of mixed signals. The first 15-minute candle right here gave us some major clues. Look at this huge wick on this first 15-minute candle right here. Then once we got above VWAP, I was definitely looking at longs up to yesterday's point of control. Once it broke above that, we got our pivot point up here as a possible target. This is also whole number area. The 15-minute candle, 10:30. I got into a long here, just another big wick. I got in right at the close of this candle and it popped up over 10 points right away. It was approaching whole number again, so I was just in and out for a scalp. It never broke back above whole number. Huge candle to the downside. Bunch of delta coming in on that one. I also look at the 5-minute. I've got a 60-minute, a 15-minute, a 5-minute, and a 1-minute chart that I look at. On the 5-minute, I was looking at these 2 first candles, and really all 4 of these candles, nice big wicks to the downside. And once we crossed above VWAP and the 20 SMA here, definitely took some longs there. And then the same thing up here, we started having some wicks and price went back the other way. No major delta to speak of for most of the morning until after 11, almost 11:30. We got some big delta on this candle. Price has come down since then. On the 1-minute chart, where I get most of my entries, here's the first candle of the market open. Once we got rejected off of VWAP there, I went in for a short trade. I'm usually looking for 5 to 10 points, just depending on market conditions at the time. We come back up to VWAP and the 20 SMA, get rejected again. So VWAP's holding and this low area is holding. We're starting to make higher lows here, higher lows here. Eventually we break out above VWAP. This candle, we have a nice close above VWAP. We've got a bunch of bullish delta, strong bullish delta coming in. I got into a long once we had this close above VWAP and all the strong delta. We had a nice retracement back to the 20 SMA here, bounce right off the 20 SMA. In this level, yesterday's point of control, I was waiting for this level. Not only did we have yesterday's point of control, but we had the pivot point right above it. I took a counter trend, bounce trade short right off yesterday's point of control, back to the 20 SMA. We broke below the 20 SMA. We had a ton of delta coming in, these two candles, as we're breaking below the 20 SMA. You can see the 20 SMA is acting as resistance now. It retraces back up, bounces back down to VWAP. We have a nice big candle, close below VWAP, bunch of negative delta. I got in for a short. I'm looking for yesterday's close and the overnight open here. So this candle right here, we've got a bunch of negative delta, but we're coming up right to the overnight open, yesterday's close. And that's a major level that I'm always looking for every single day. Just look back here, how many times the market got held up in that area. Definitely not going to take a short right into that level. If we've got a bunch of negative delta coming in as we're approaching a key level and we've already been traveling down for a while, that could be a sign of exhaustion. The only way I would be interested in a short is if it closed below some of these major areas here. Price did not close below, and we got an amazing bounce back to the upside. And right here, we have a nice big candle to the upside. Ton of delta coming in. Just looking to hit the 20 SMA, but it went much higher. Had a nice pullback right to the 20 SMA. Bounced up. On this candle, we got a bunch of negative delta coming in, but price is right at the 20 SMA, the pink dotted line. We've got VWAP right here, the blue line. I'm not interested in a short until it closes below, which it does. On this candle, we get a close below VWAP. We're below the 20 SMA. We've got red candles from our moving average crossover. I've got a bunch more negative delta coming in. I got in on one more short. This is my last trade of the day. Looking to retest this last low here near yesterday's close. And we got there. We had a close below. We had a bunch more negative delta coming in. Little retracement back up to around the middle of this candle. Price kept finding its way down. Some pretty easy reads today. I like it when I've got a good read on the market and I feel like I know where it's going to go. It's those days where you're just not sure what's going to happen and you're not getting any good reads. That's my biggest challenge, is staying out of the market when I'm not seeing anything that I want to see. But definitely when I am seeing what I want to see, I want to take advantage of that as much as possible. If you like my chart setup, there's links to the indicators that I'm using in the description. I'm also trading on Apex with multiple accounts. I'm using a trade copier from FLOWBOTS called REPLIKANTO, and I'm trading with Apex Trader Funding. And there's links and coupon codes to all those things in the description. And if you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.